What's going on? It's the Gamer Buff Podcast. Gamer News. That's what we do. I'm Jefferson Karps with the Gamer Buff, Duff Larson. There he is. What's going on, Dovey?
Not much. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Listen, big show, exciting show. We're talking Spider-Man 3. What's up with Peter Parker? And an Xbox exclusive is no longer right around the corner. Uh-oh. But first, we have to start with Activision and Call of Duty confirming what we've known for months now, but it is confirmed of what is the news.
Well, basically, Steam has changed course on whether or not they're going to allow creators to have some AI content. They are, but you do have to let Steam know, and that has brought up Call of Duty. Some fans noticed it early on. I believe it was Zombie Santa Claus or something like that with 6 fingers.
Anytime you have a person with like 3 heads or 8 feet or like 12 fingers, you know it's AI fucking something up.
Hell yeah.
So dead giveaway, Zombie Santa.
That was the first hint. There's some other things on other different emblems, badges, loading screens, just little things that fans, since there's so many people playing the game, noticed. And since that Steam thing came out, they had to admit that they were using AI derivative art. So, I mean, the cat's out of the bag. Activision, the big, giant corporation owned by Xbox, has to use AI generated shit to fill their games.
Okay, so there it is. Activision is using AI.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the 90s, man. AI is here. It's here to stay.
Really
and
not.
And it is just growing, and you're seeing it more and more. So Activision is using it. So what's the problem?
Well, I mean, they have been cutting employees left and right. And I mean, like, I understand that AI is a tool. It's not going to be the next Skynet. I mean, some people might believe that, but it's not that close.
Oh my God, no.
No. It's not Skynet around the corner, man. But what sucks is they're letting people go to cut corners with AI that's not really all that good, and they're still charging us full price for the same thing. If you're going to let all these people go to save all this money, then why are you charging the same price for the game? I think it's bogus, man. You're going to cut those people. You're going to cut corners and use AI instead of real people doing real art. Then, I mean, it's bogus, man.
It's a slippery slope, my friend. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6, is there not a copyright at the beginning of the credits of the game?
There is. Like copyright, trademark, all that crap right before you start the game. It's got that all in fine print. You can't take these images, or if you use them, you have to let Activision or the publisher know. It's very clear what's going on.
So, Dove, why is that an issue?
It's an issue because anything that's AI derivative, you can't copyright. So, if they're going to be doing that, I think that they need to really let people know what's AI derivative. Let people know that, hey, this is not our own original material. People then can use it at their discretion, at their free will. It's not yours. It's open to the public at that point. So I think if you're going to be using AI and you're going to be still charging the same price, cutting people's jobs, cutting people's livelihood, just murdering the final piece of art that is actually in any Blizzard game, Activision game. Oh, they're the same company.
Yeah.
Then the least you could do is let people know what is bullshit, what you didn't do, and what is actually human made. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to do that right away at the start of a game, but at some point, at some place in the credits, somewhere in the game, somewhere in the details, you have to let people know that whatever you're looking at is not, human made.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to drop a copyright and there's no specification of what we're talking about here, I mean that this is a new thing. So I don't know, but you essentially you're copyrighting something you can't copyright.
Right. Yeah.
That's what happened in this game. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's very disingenuous in an already kind of I don't like the whole setup of just copy and paste and shit. I know a lot of people like the last Call of Duty, but regardless, it's very repetitive. You're already like just taking people to the cleaners with all these microtransactions in the game, and now you're doing this dishonest crap on top of it. Just let us know you're doing it at least.
Yeah. Well, and
cheaters.
I'll tell you, it's just the beginning because, I mean, you're cutting costs. It's more dough in the pocket of these companies, and that's what's going to happen. But they're going to have to figure out the copyright issues and the disclaimers of AI and all of that stuff. They're going to have to figure that out. All right, Dove. Listen, talk to me about Spider-Man 3. Yes. Now, we know that Peter Parker, he took a step back from his crime-fighting duties at the end of Spider-Man 2.
Fantastic game.
Are we now looking at a complete Miles Morales takeover?
I don't know, Jeff. What we do know is the lead actor of the first 3 games, Yuri Lowenthal, is coming back for Spider-Man 3. We know it. It's going to happen. He's a great actor. He's getting motion capped. He's putting in the time.
And he's
with the voice acting. And
he's Peter Parker.
He's Peter Parker. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Everyone should know that, you know. But yes, Peter Parker, the actor for Peter Parker, Yuri Lowenthal, is coming back for Spider-Man 3.
Okay, but what does that mean?
That means that he's going to be in there. We don't know exactly how because he's not letting people know exactly, and clearly Insomniac is probably telling him, "Hey, don't let everyone know the details." It should be a surprise to some degree. They should, you know, let some, you know, buzz work up before the game comes out. I mean, we got at least a couple of years, 2, 3 probably, before this is going to be in our hands. So, you know, let us be surprised. Well, I'm thinking we're going to have a Miles Morales focused game, and then at some point during the game, it's going to be like, oh no, he's trapped. We need Peter to, like, you know, come out of the third row wrestling style and fucking save the day.
Right.
Something great like that would be awesome, but regardless, either way, it's going to be awesome.
Peter Parker, that would be the way to go, dude. That'd be so cool. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, needs to come in and work side by side with Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and save the fucking day. That's what I want to see. You know he's a part of the game. That's what you know. That's what we found out, is that Peter Parker's still a part of the game, whether it's just some voice acting or whatever it is.
And the torch, we don't know, man. Maybe it's Miles and a new character. Who knows?
Maybe. Is PP a playable character? Perhaps.
Wait, what?
PP. Peter Parker.
This is a family show, Chris.
Is it though? I mean, is it? Listen. So here's another thing.
Yeah.
So maybe Peter Parker, PP, is a playable character in Spider-Man 3. Maybe there's a third playable character, Dove.
Yeah. At the end of Spider-Man 2, again, they introduced Cindy Moon. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Cindy Moon, who another Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Woman, girl.
Yeah, Spider-Person.
Spider-Person.
Sure.
Regardless, they are next in lore to like take over the Spider mantle. So it could be all 3. It could be like Miles Morales and Cindy Moon. Who knows? It just could be so many different things. I love how Insomniac Games goes back and forth with different characters taking the lead, and like both Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 were great. This is going to be awesome too. I can't wait, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
now
you could have 3 playable Spider people. At the end of 2, they introduced Cindy Moon, and we know in the comics that Cindy Moon is bitten by the same radioactive spider that got Peter Parker, and develops powers. And the rumor for Spider-Man 3 is that she becomes Silk.
Yes.
In Spider-Man 3, and she is a playable character. They all have unique abilities, and that's badass. That's kind of like, that's got me thinking like arcade game, playing with your friends kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be great if it was like multiplayer, which was actually supposedly supposed to be a DLC for Spider-Man 2 at some point, but they kind of like ditched that idea, which is bogus. That would have been awesome. But like maybe that's coming for the third one. Yeah. Maybe they want a little co-op. That would be really fun. That'd be a great like add-on to the game or something like that to play after you finish the regular game. Anything would be great. Insomniac Games knows what they're doing. I can't wait to see what they're doing with this.
Yeah, so I mean, look, those of you looking forward to Spider-Man 3, you might have Miles Morales, PP, and Silk, all playable characters.
No one calls them PP.
That's what, well, they should. That's what we're looking forward to. Spider-Man 3. All right, it's 2-3 years away, but these are tremendous games. It's worth talking about.
Hell yeah, man.
Especially when it's something you can salivate over and look forward to. Spider-Man 3. Things are happening. Things are moving along. Listen, those of you looking forward to playing the new Xbox exclusive Fable this year, can't forget about it. Yeah. Dub?
Yeah. Supposedly, Fable is going so well. It looks so great. So immersive. The Albion setting is just so meticulously created that they're gonna have to push it back to 2026, is what the Xbox Games head Chris Duncan has said.
Yeah,
which makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, what he said was,
when you break it down,
what he said was, this is I'm not quoting here, but this is summarized. This is the greatest game I've ever seen. It's the most efficient work. They are beyond on track. They're ahead of pace. It's phenomenal. It's wonderful. There is nothing wrong with this at all. We're pushing it back a year.
Yeah.
So obviously, bullshit and red flags all over the place. No reason to think like that this game's never going to get made, or that it's garbage, or that it won't come out for 3 or 4 years. 2026 is the new target date. And that's that. I just what is this man talking about, though?
I don't know. I mean, it's just corporate BS. It looks so great. It looks so amazing, but we're just going to give them more time to work on it. You've had over a decade to work since the last one came out, man.
Well, listen, I know that Fable 3, you're not a big fan. Tell us about Fable as a whole, because I know overall you love this.
It's a great franchise. If you have played Avowed or Pillars of Eternity, it's kind of like that fantasy genre. It's got a little bit of that pirates thing going on, with some firearms mixed with all the mystic and magic, which you don't always see with that fantasy realm. It's a lot of choice matters in these games. It's mixed with third person action. A lot of the storybook vibes going on, both with the narrator, the cinematics, and just the overall vibe is very Cinderella type world around you, but maybe a little bit more grown up. But it's really immersive. Your character can either be a good guy, a bad guy, and the game kind of goes one way or the other depending upon those choices. And that's kind of the hallmark of a great Fable game. And I'm hoping that continues for 4, but 3 wasn't my favorite. I love the first 2 a lot. So I'm hoping they get back on track. I'm hoping this is just, old school Fable with great new graphics using the latest hardware type stuff. But we'll see, since it's pushed back another year, because it's working so well.
Listen, my friend, don't worry. By all accounts, things are running so smoothly with this game, and it's on track for its new target date sometime in 2026. This is not going to become the next Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's one pushback just to make sure everything's right, even though everything's already perfect, according to the head man himself.
Right.
Dove, what do we got coming out this week, baby?
Monday, we're doing a look at some indie single A, double A demos. They had Steam Next Fest was just out, where they kind of display all the demos that are just coming out, games that are looking to make a big splash probably this summer and stuff. So I'm focusing on a couple indie titles that I'm excited about. I've tested all these out. So yeah, it's just going to be another showcase of some upcoming double A's that you can get your hands on now, but still kind of look cool,
Would you like to give us one title?
One title. The one I played this morning called Gun Touchables. It looks like a little bit like Bro Potato or Brotato or whatever the hell. I fucked up the name Brotato. It's just very simple animation, and it's a roguelike bullet hell. and like just they got the character that I used has like a Youper accent, and I had no idea that was going to happen. So like everything is very Youper inspired, and the other guy sounds like a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, and I love that. And
we know about that.
Yeah. And it's just it's so simple, but it's a cool looking roguelike. It's kind of doing its own thing, but I enjoy it.
So indie demos, new indie demos. It's out early Monday, and for the rest of the time, at Two Hats and a Beard, it's Dove's Indie Spotlights, featuring the Gun Touchables. So it's natural that bro potato. That's what they did. You just sort of put the words back where they belong.
I was an idiot.
They mushed them together. You took them back apart.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
That's dumb. Great. Hey, Jim Adams. Jim Adams is back, the fine producer of The Gamer Buff and the co-host of Two Hats and a Beard. That's a live show we do Friday nights. It's gaming, it's sports, it's stupidity, it's all of that.
A lot of that.
Jim, welcome back. How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel, like $1 million.
You look like 7 years younger.
All green and wrinkly.
You look amazing.
Wait,
you look really good. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I feel so much confidence.
You got
right now.
color in your face.
Right.
Pep in your step.
You have pep in your step. Your facial hair is
bigger in my
great.
vitality. Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
All right,
Just
cool.
being on.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Great show. This was probably the best show ever. I don't want to no hyperbole. Police, don't come in here with your sirens. But a couple of things. You mentioned AI earlier, Dove. We were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, had to chime in as he always does. He was quoted as saying, "Activision, you son of a bitch."
Son of a bitch.
Which it wasn't. Keep it to yourself, Arnold. Also, this is just a personal opinion of mine. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Chris Duncan, eating too many donuts. I'm sorry. Focus on the gaming. Get your stuff together, Chris. Otherwise, though, perfect show. Spot. Dove, Jeff.
Missed you, buddy.
Yeah,
Missed
I
you a
know.
lot. Needed that joke.
No, that Arnold joke was so weak. I thought he was going to do
That
was terrible. I thought he was going to do like an Alan Iverson thing.
Me too. That's right.
When he said
that,
when
or
he really
maybe
stressed
like
AI.
the Will Smith movie AI. I didn't know if he was going
I almost
there.
went with
I don't
Haley
know.
Joel Osment. Yeah, well, listen, they can't all be winners, obviously. But Jude Law, underrated actor.
I like Jude Law.
He's a sex robot in AI.
What's that movie he's in with Matt Damon, and Damon kills him and takes
Talented
his
Mr. Ripley.
Mr.
Wow.
Ripley. Yeah.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Thanks for
Really
ruining
takes-
it, dude. Maybe
Sure.
throw spoiler alert out there. Haven't seen
He's 20 years old.
It's
20
on
years
my
old.
list.
There's
It's on my list, asshole.
There's a sculpture of limitations on
sculpture.
on
Yes, it's a statue, my friend.
Hey, he's the Gamer Buff. Dove Larson. Like, share, subscribe for more content. Dove's Digital Deep Dive, Indie Spotlight, Gamer Buff Podcast at Two Hats and a Beard. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. We do. We love you. We'll do it again in a week. Hey, fellas. Game on.
Game on.
Long ago that
No.
Jim's Arnold is like Jamaican for some reason.
Yeah, what?
We've done this
Why?
show before.
It's real to life, unlike your cartoony Hans and Franz stuff.
Dylan, what's going on, man? You son of a bitch.
All right.